I want you to stop making financial decisions on behalf of your clients. Your job is just to simply educate and demonstrate what is possible for them, not to determine what they should and should not do. And I've heard this said before from sales professionals. If they won't buy this, I won't offer this. And I've never seen a world where that makes sense. And if you really want to elevate your performance, which elevates your value and your self-worth to your company, you've got to stop making decisions for your customer and start presenting things for them based on conversation. Well, I didn't hear them that say that they wanted that, so I didn't offer it. Well, it goes back to what, Steve Jobs said. Sometimes people don't know what they want. They have to be shown. Nobody knew they wanted a phone that their entire world was on. I'm talking to you right now, salespeople. I know you. You'll turn around when you leave your phone. You'll feel lost without your phone. Heck, some of you are so lost without your phone, you won't even go to the bathroom without your phone. Let that sink in. Your lives are wrapped around this thing that Steve Jobs said, oh, by the way, let me show you something. This little guy right here, when we combine music to it, and then we put all the apps on it, we get the internet, it does more than just make phone calls. It's your whole world. How many people have heard a customer say, well, if this was your house, what would you do? You ever heard that? Well, what is our response? And our response can be whatever you've been doing in the past, but I want to share with you a little bit of a different response. Well, Ashley, that's a little bit of an unfair question for me. I'm not in this situation, but clients like you that have experienced these same things, these are the things that they wanted to know about. These are the things that they asked for me to talk about. These are the things that they wanted. And now what you've done is you've created this idea that it's like, because I'm not going to recommend it because I'm not in the situation. I'm not the one that needs a new electrical panel. I'm not the one that needs a new AC system. I'm not the one that needs a new water heater or the fill in the blank. I'm not the one that needs it. So asking me what I would do is unfair. I'm not in your situation. Now, you can say things like, well, as a professional, what I would recommend you do, and you're immediately jumping into the cheesy, sleazy sales tactics that I don't know where you picked up that bad habit from. But when you lean in and say things like, well, as a sales professional or as a professional, no, you're not them. Remember, like and trust. You're the salesperson. Be a real person for me when I ask you a real person question. This is where you have to come out of the sales mode and go, well, Mr. Customer, logic, and emotion. Logic, that's not a fair question for me because I'm not in this situation. However, and then you continue to use logic, other customers have, in my experience they have, and let me share with you what that means, tie emotion. Now what you've done is you bring logic and emotion together because sometimes, as we admitted today, we'll buy things even when we can't afford it if we're emotionally committed to it. And when you and I can get emotionally committed and get our clients emotionally committed to things, this is not about, listen, I want to be this is not about twisting their arm behind their back. Nobody buys anything they don't really want to buy. You're just going to help remove all the barriers through your sales process. So how we use emotion to create more selling opportunities, it's very simple. Just show them. People don't know what they want until you show them what's possible. They didn't know that having hot and cold spots in the house was normal. Plumbers, they didn't know that there was an option to not wait on the shower to get hot in the morning. They didn't know that there's an opportunity to put a dimmer in the bathroom. They didn't know. They don't know. You're the professional. You got to be bringing that to them. So my job is just to educate.